ba. Yes, another podcast straight to you. See how this one goes. One after another. I think this is like 11, 12. Number 2 for the YouTube. Let's see how we do. Getting a little better. Adjust the camera here. Just a one-man show. That's all I fucking know. That's what I gotta say, yo. I started this off, this is like my second try of this one actually, but earlier I messed up, so I just deal with that situation there. But luckily at that same time I got a phone call from my son. So his mom moved from her previous house to her new house, and they just got there for the first week, and there's no Wi-Fi. Oh, there's not even internet there yet. You know, they have phones, so they can, you know, YouTube and do all their stuff they do, but no video games. Gonna hook the computer up, and it's like, you know, welcome to 1980, bro. You know, but he called me. Dad, can you please let me use my phone as a hotspot so I can get on the game? Fuck, no, you ain't doing that. Just live, like, detach from the digital area as I record on this computer and microphone and using my phone and this handy cam and all this other stuff, you know, but crazy, you know. I don't know. I when I was a kid, I had the situation, I think, kind of, didn't do me any good. My parents moved into the neighborhood they live in now when I was 2, and I seem to remember everything. It might be bullshit, but I seem to remember like everything. I remember before age 2 when I just have like memories and shit, like flashes. But anyways, so when I was like 2.5, 3, maybe 4, but I was not in kindergarten yet. I was fucking young. I was at the neighbor kid's house because back in the day, parents didn't give a fuck. You know, especially my parents are hippies. They're like, 2-year-old wants to go outside and play with the 18-year-old boys. Sure, let them. And then fucking be running up and down the street and fucking diaper fucking be falling off, you know, pissing my pants, or maybe I was wearing a diaper too. But there was these guys that lived across the street. There was like 5 boys, and one played for Chicago White Sox, and you know, they won. One was a pitcher at Fresno State, and so I wanted to be a baseball player growing up, so I'd go over there and hang out, and I would stay there until I'd basically piss myself. And they're like, hey, bring me back. You know, I'd be like 3 or 4 years old. Be like, hey, he peed himself, so I just didn't want to go home. I was like, fuck, I'm not going to miss a minute of this, you know. And the boys were always fighting. They had boxing gloves. The dad was a boxer. That had a spittoon, and that all of them chewed. I'm surprised I never like used tobacco products, you know, chewing tobacco or cigarettes. You know, I joke around when I was a kid. I used to get a lot of dental work, and before they do the dental work, they put the Novocaine. They put that stuff on your fucking mouth, and it tastes like banana. When I was a kid, so like they put the banana stuff on first, and then they would shoot you. So it kind of gives you like a topical numb. Then they give you a fucking internal needle numb, and then I hate bananas. Maybe that's why I hate bananas, because the dentist. Maybe if they made that stuff taste like, you know, cocaine and tobacco, which I don't like tobacco. Well, that's my joke. Cocaine and fucking, maybe I would hate those things, but I don't like cocaine either. But anyways, tobacco. Yeah, I don't fucking like that shit. I don't know where I was going. Oh yeah, the guy had a spittoon, but they all chewed tobacco, but there's never been an interest of mine whatsoever, or cigarettes, or a cigar. Like, when people say, I smoke a cigar, it's cool. Like, is there like a Sour Patch one? Do you eat them? No? Do you just kind of hold smoke in your mouth? Kind of gay. You like hold it in your mouth for a while, and you spit it out. Very uncommitted too, but to each their own. Anyways, so when I was a kid, I was like 2 or 3 years old. I was at the neighbor's house. I was in his fucking backyard, and he was like the same age as me. And we're just playing the dirt. I remember one time we were playing the dirt, and like this how unobserved we were. He had his older brother, who was like 4 years older than us, had like model paint to like paint models, and it wasn't like, you know, modern safe paint. It was some kind of wicked ass paint that made red ants want to eat you. So anyways, we had the paint, and somehow we're fucking 3 years old, you know, maybe 4 at the most. We're painting, and we just get all the paint all over us. And then red ants, because where my parents live used to be like an orange orchard and citrus fruit somewhere. And then, because everybody's house has orange trees in them. But then, so they ripped them out and put houses. And the ants didn't go anywhere. The ants stayed fucking there. And we put that paint all over us, and the ants fucking biting us. We're screaming and fucking running around. Fucking parents wash us off, you know. You dumb boys. But what, their parents either. I never fucking, his dad was like a cop, and the mom, I don't remember seeing her ever. And we just run around the backyard. And I remember they had a doughboy pool too, and like on the side they had like chlorine, and but that scuba gear, we'd act like we were like scuba divers. They had like a little boat, and we had put the scuba gear on. The doughboy boat was all fucked up, it didn't even work, but they had the chlorine. I just remember going over there like, oh my god, the smell is so fucking strong. And like 4 kids went over there and fucking breathed them shit and just died. Nobody fucking know, you know, head face down in a pellet of fucking chlorine. But anyways, at my friend's house, it wasn't getting bit by ants this time, but we were fucking around the backyard doing stupid shit, probably making some kind of dirt track for our Hot Wheels, because back in the day, dirt track for Hot Wheels was the shit. You fucking had a Hot Wheel, and you got like a fucking spoon, and in the dirt you made a fucking track. That's all you did for like an hour, just make a fucking track for your Hot Wheel. And then you roll it in there, and your mom tell you, come in for lunch. But anyways, so we're back there doing shit like that, and then I saw in the backyard a fucking bird came in, and it landed on a chair, like a lawn chair in the backyard. And I told my friend, I was like, you want to see me catch a bird? And he's all, you ain't gonna catch no bird. So I guess when I'm 3, we're like fucking hillbillies. But anyway, so I'm like, watch me. So I walked over to the bird. I was like 3 or 4. And I fucking just grabbed the bird. I just grabbed it. And I was like, I looked at my friend. I was like, oh my God, I fucking caught a bird. Of course I didn't say that. I said, oh my God, I caught a bird. And he's all, you caught a bird. And I just like ran from the backyard to the front yard. As I was circling around through the front yard, running down the street like, oh my God, I got a bird in my hand. My mom just happened to drive by at that same exact moment. And my mom's like, what the hell you doing, boy? And my mom doesn't sound like that either. But so what the hell you doing, boy? And I'm like, I got a bird, mama. And my mom was all, run home, Reuben, run home with that bird. So I ran home with the bird, and we caught it. And I thought from that moment on, you know, it took me a few years to realize it was actually like a cockatiel. It was like a house bird. I didn't like go catch the bird. The bird was like, yo, I'm here, bro. Take me home. I could put my finger out, and I learned later, like 5 or 6 years later, that this bird is super tamed. It would say, like, pretty boy, and it'd fucking, you put your finger out, and it would land on it. You know, it was super, like, we kept it forever until it died. It was super nice bird. So I didn't really and I realized later, but at that moment at 4, I thought, I can just fucking catch birds. I'm the chosen one. I can just fucking, what can't I do? And then at that moment, you know, Hot Wheels or big wheels and bicycles were sweet. You know, the movie Rad was about to come out. You know, Dukes of Hazzard were big time. So obviously every bike I had a number plate on it, and 01, right? Dukes of Hazzard. And then lightning bolts were super in. You know, so I guess somehow this West Coast, we're just like brainwashed, you know. We're going to train them with lightning bolts, just like the SS, and then we're going to put Confederate flags in their life, and we're going to teach them how to train birds. Catch them. Just catch them with bare hands. No, but like everything we did, we had to put lightning bolts on it. It was like, lightning bolts meant like, I don't know, tough, and then, you know, obviously Dukes of Hazzard. But also I grew up with Fonzie. So like Fonzie was the shit. So I always wanted to wear like a white t-shirt. And my parents were worked for the school district, and we were poor. where I always shit. I wasn't poor. We were broke, but like we had food and power. I just didn't have cool clothes. I had clothes, but sometimes my mom made them. But so I had like a Raider jacket, which wasn't purchased. It was a lost and found jacket, and I turned it inside out because I don't like the Raiders, and I didn't want to be affiliated with the gang. I was 4, so I turned it inside out and I'd be Fonzie, riding my big wheel, pop, kissing, making out with chicks. I was weird at like 4 years old. I was making out. I learned this on Fonzie. Hey, and then fucking kissing the neighbor girls, getting in trouble, but. Yeah, so I caught a bird at a young age, and then I thought for some reason at that moment, I guess it really helped my self-esteem. I thought I was a badass, so then I get my, we were all riding bicycles. It was BMX Mecca right before skateboards started taking off. So everybody's riding their bicycles, so I'm like, obviously the only thing you do with a bike is pop a wheelie and build a ramp. So when you're not popping wheelies, you're building ramps, and then you're jumping those ramps and popping a wheelie as you ride away, because that's BMX life. So that's what we do. We build ramps, pop wheelies, and then crash. I crashed a lot of scars, a lot of big chunks taken out of my body parts, but I always thought, this is what I'm made for. I can just hand catch wild birds. Eventually, I'm going to train this motherfucking BMX bicycle to do what I want it to do and do tricks, because I pop wheelies and I make ramps. And I just made a ramp. Now I'm going to pop some wheelies and fuck this ramp up. Of course, when I was a kid, I said it more like, I like to jump bicycles and I make some ramps. I'll make a ramp. I found a piece of wood and a brick. I stick up 2 pieces of brick and I put this wood on it. Hopefully I don't crash. Oh my God, my arm hurts. That was typically. Or when I was a kid, I didn't wear a shirt. It seemed like I didn't wear a shirt from age like born to like forced to have a job. 18, I like hated wearing shirts. Super tan, super skinny. And so many times I'd fall off my big wheel or something, and then I'd fuck my chest up and be a whole fast chest, be fucking rug burn, burnt. And then I go outside and fall down, and my whole back, rug burn, burnt. And I was like, I don't give a fuck, I'm going outside, and I fall on my knees, and I was scar from top to bottom, just fucking one solid scab from my top of my head to my toes. It seemed like it's constantly, we had a quarter pipe and launch ramps. I'm all, Mom and Dad, park your car on the street. I'm going to jump it. Woohoo. But I usually landed most of the stuff. But when I was young, I crashed a lot. Matter of fact, like, we're stupid. We just jump off the roof. Like, fuck, what's that about? 8-9 feet? I'm just going to jump off the fucking roof. Why not? Jump off the roof. They had like pine trees. I would swing from branch to branch like a fucking monkey. Why? I don't know. Fucking too much caffeine or sugar. No, we didn't have a lot of that when I was a kid. But like, maybe I had ADHD, and maybe that's what kids need, just fucking trees and shit to go run around. But people say you just need to get out there and do it. Man, I would wake up at fucking 5. And I'm still like that. I don't wake so much at 5, but so much go. But when I wake up, it's like, go 100%. When I was younger, it was like, ready? Let's run a mile. Want to run 5 miles? Fucking, let's just fucking run forever. I just wake up and run, and then it'd be go, 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 go. And then everybody go to bed, and then like 9 o'clock, I'm like, well, fuck. I'm just going to go outside and work out and play hockey, I guess, or volleyball, or whatever, basketball. And I would just play outside for hours on end. And then I get on bed and be like, okay, well, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I still can't sleep, and fucking my brain's going a million miles per hour, and emotions, and, fucking growing up as a kid, so people say they don't need no help. I think I needed some help at that moment. Some kind of, I don't know if medication was exactly answered, but probably was. Fucking slow me fucking down. I was fucking high strung. When I was a kid, obviously I'm talking a million miles a minute right now, and the parents be like, Reuben can't come over. He's a little too hyper. And fuck yeah, I was. I was fucking ready to go. Like, fucking run a mile. Let's play some football. We're going to play football. Let's go play hockey. Let's start a band. Let's go build a ramp. Let's go build a fort. Let's go camping. Let's go shoot some stuff. I was like, let's go hiking. And like, we'd go hiking as a kid. We'd have like 40, 70-pound backpacks, where it fucking was. And like, we're going to go run for 7 miles in the mountains till we fucking camp. And then we get camp, we're going to go climb up some big ass rock and jump off it into the fucking water. That was like always like it seemed like a childhood goal. Like, we need to find a big collection of water, a water hole, like a pool, pond, anything, large collection of water, and then a large, tall area around it to jump off that. And if there's any cliff type areas to jump off into a large sum of water, we're going to do it. And we're going to find it. And it's like, anybody who had a pool, it's like, is your pool close to the house? I'm jumping off your house. I've even to this day, I'm fucking 42 years old. I got a pool in my backyard. And yes, I have jumped off my roof into my pool. Oh, fucking bro shamed myself. That's fucking terrible. But yeah, I've jumped off, like, when I was a kid, anybody who had a pool, I jumped off your roof. Everybody's fucking roof. That's just what you do. If I had rollerblades or a skateboard or bike, I would jump that off into the pool also. Fuck it, you know? We had canals. Like, my friend, he had a canal, lived all behind his house. He had like an acre behind his house where we'd play BB gun wars, because that's what you do when you were a kid in the 80s and 90s. Everybody got BB guns. Thank you, Christmas Story. And then we would shoot each other with them. You know, there'd be the 1 pump or 2 pump rule. Granted, I did shoot my friend in the eye. His eye didn't fall out, nor did he use vision. He just missed a day of school, and everybody shamed me for shooting him in the eye, which was a total accident. But motherfucker peeped his head out. Bink. What are you going to do? We're playing BB gun wars. Fucking wear some fucking glasses if you don't want to get shot in the eye, bitch. But yeah, for real, we do. That's what happened. You know, and then they came out with paintball guns. We're like, oh, sweet. You mean the BB wasn't big enough? We got big old balls. We're gonna fucking, like, we should freeze them and shoot each other. Yeah, let's hurt each other as much as possible. Why wouldn't you just fuck paintballs? Let's just get guns. Let's just fucking shoot each other. But some of us, my friends, didn't have paintball guns, so they're just using slingshots. So you can imagine someone who knows how fast a fucking slingshot shoots a fucking paintball. Fucking a lot of times it'd break in the sling itself because it's coming so fast. We're just fucking crazy. Yeah, my kids don't have any of that. But my friend had an acre behind him. We play BB gun wars and then baseball games. Oh my gosh. Fucking wiffle ball games, rag ball games in his backyard, fucking home run derby, just fucking forever. Just play forever, just fucking swinging a stick, man. But then we go in the canal, and it's not fucking sewage water. It's fucking straight from the mountains. We're in the fucking valley there. I'm literally like, you know, fucking 20 miles from the area where it comes down from the mountain. And we'd fucking jump in there with our bikes or do fucking make air pockets where the water would go over like a waterfall. You can hide in the water. Stupid motherfucker. You're so stupid. But we jump our bikes in there. Totally ruin them. But, you know, we just do crazy shit. Whatever it took. I went to Dinky Creek when I was a kid. We were rollerblading down there. Back when I was a kid, rollerblading was cool. I don't care what you said. Because we're like jumping off. It was like, here, look, we got these things that are like ice skates with wheels on them. And me and my friends who were like skaters and bikers and snowboarders were like, sweet. Let's see what we can jump over and jump on top of or jump off of and grind and flip over as much as possible. It wasn't like we're skating and doing spins like they're doing. We're like, what is the stupidest shit we can do right now as fast as possible? And it was when they had the big fat wheels, so they got a lot of speed because they were meant for hockey and speed. So we'd fucking jump our fucking vans and, you know, but we went to Deep Creek and they have cliff jumps there. We're riding on the rocks on the fucking jumping or fucking inline skates in the river out there. That's fucking crazy. But fun. Stupid shit. It seemed like, as a kid, that was our whole goal. We found cliff jumps. Man, we were like fucking 12 years old. It was like stand by me riding out along these fucking ditch banks until we find fucking Skirfin. It'd be like a bridge. It goes across the canal and you put a rope in between it, and the rope is connected to a board. And the board had like another rope off it. And you would scurf. You would ride the flow of the water. We had friends almost drowned out there, but that's just the price of life, right? Yeah, boy. So, oh man, what a fucking good childhood. I try to give my kids some of that, but obviously when you see the things that happen, you start to fear the things that happen, and you don't want them to make the same mistakes. I don't want my son to get shot. And I had so when paintball guns came out, I got everybody to get paintball. I'm like the leader of the pack. We're all playing hockey. We're all playing football. That's it. I had the basketball hoop at my house where all the wiffle ball bat. My dad was my coach, so I had all the baseball gear. Everything started with me, and so paintball came out. We're all getting paintball guns. We're all going paintballing, and one of my friends, he got a paintball gun and that thing called an auto cocker, so you can pull the trigger and every time you pump, as long as you have the trigger pulled, it would fucking shoot a paintball. Pop, 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 pop. Well, that dumbass was at home. And he had his finger on the trigger and he fucking looked down the barrel and he fucking pulled that fucking pump down, popped him right in the fucking eye. Yep, he's blind in that eye. I think he fucking finally got rid of it, but man, it's terrible. Fucking, that could have been my kid, Not good. But, sometimes risk take. I used to build a lot of forts, and they have a trash pickup like twice a year in my hometown. So basically, it was like everybody's leftover or broken stuff they bring out to the yard, or like yard, not like waste, but like fence board, every board, piece of wood. So as a kid, it was like fort material. They would put all this stuff out there. We'd find wheels, boards, carpet. Man, we'd make the baddest fucking forts. And my parents had all these huge ass fucking trees in their backyard, and they made multiple levels. And then I like to cook. I've always liked to cook when I was a kid. So even like at 10 years old, if I had a fort, there was a barbecue in it, and I'm like, at 10 years old, I'm cooking fucking round steak in the backyard and chili. I actually had I think I was 12, and the fire truck came by one time because they thought I was catching the fence on fire. Like, what the fuck you doing? I'm like, it's a fucking clubhouse barbecue, motherfucker. You're welcome to come, but man, bring your own meat. It's like, no, you can't barbecue back here. I'm all chill the fuck out. I'm cool. But if you guys need to stay a while, there's a restroom over there also next to the grill. It was like a tube that led to like the neighbor's house, Man, I did some stupid shit. My parents' backyard was kind of long. It was just long enough to maybe have a volleyball court, to play volleyball, but not to really play volleyball back there because it totally fucking suck. But it would be kind of cool when I was a kid, but like it's bordered by like these white bricks, and they're only like 8 inches tall, 2 of them probably 4 inches wide a piece. But if you're playing back like football, you don't want to get pushed into the bricks and fucking smash your face in, or trip and break an arm, or if you're playing soccer, trip on it. It's kind of cool when I was a kid, I can go out there and I can kick the soccer ball. If I kicked it correctly, I can boom, pop that brick and it come back to me. Or baseball. I used to do a lot of pitching. So I have a mound back in my parents' backyard. It's about as long, I can almost pitch. So, but if I hit the bricks, it would just come back, and I would have the home plate like, a foot or two ahead of that, so I can kind of like throw low and just keep on consistent, and the ball would come back. But typically I broke the bricks or broke the fence behind it, or, I wasn't perfect. Maybe the ball just went over the fence. And that's another thing, play golf back there. I've golfed my whole life. My dad golfed his whole life. My great-grandfather lived on a country club, so I spent a lot of time as a kid. It was like Caddyshack at the country club. But anyways, so we go in the backyard, and I would just tee up golf balls, put it in the backyard, tee, ball, and then I get the fucking driver, and then I was kind of an athlete. So it's like going like 200 yards. This someone's backyard, fucking balls just pow, fucking shitload of golf balls are just fucking flying, brum, 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 brum. And then obviously we have to go inside the house and hide. Then later when I was like my teens, my parents, maybe I don't know where it came from, but I got a balloon slingshot. I don't know if you have seen those. It's like it had where the pouch was, where the balloon was, like it's almost like a regular slingshot. There was a foot holder. You can hold your foot and hold your hands up and shoot it by yourself, or you give the handle to your bros and you hold back and you fucking launch that thing, and a balloon would fly far. But water balloons are far and few between. But orange trees were the plenty. and grapefruit and lime and pomegranate. Like, if you ever launched, obviously there's like a window of opportunity with pomegranates, but if you launch a pomegranate out of a balloon slingshot about a 300-yard arc, oh, it is a fucking explosion. And people had those like, I was a troublemaker. I'm working on the karma. I'm working on that. But so they had those patio covers like with the metal on top of that. Oh fuck, you shoot a fucking grapefruit 100 yards up in the air to land straight down on one of those bad boys. It is taking it. It is the loudest. And if it's not metal, if it's the fiberglass, just a solid hole, just pop right through it. Just done. Oh man, the balloon slingshot was fun. The golfing was great. You know, fucking just go out there. My parents would go out of town for like 2 weeks every February. They just go out of town. But like, here's $200-$300 for groceries, or pretty much I'd say pizza. You know, like pizza, canned chili, anything microwavable. And my parents had a deep fryer. Man, I could deep fry some fucking French fries, some corn dogs, and some taquitos, and you know, I make breakfast burritos and shit like that. I'm talking about like when I was 14, 15, 16. But they would go out of town. So since they go out of town, it would be just like party central at my house. People would come by. And my sister was 7 years older than I was, so she was gone. So literally I had a house to myself for 2 weeks. And I had a golf cart. And my parents had a truck and a car, but, you know, I'm not trying to fucking crash the fucking piece of shit. And my parents had jacked up cars. So it wasn't like, yay, I'm driving a cool car. It was like, yeah, I don't want to be seen in this fucking car. I don't know, fucking wind the son bitch up. But anyways, the golf cart, classy. Chrome deep dish wheels, had the cover on top, multiple batteries, pop fucking wheelies, but man, troublemakers. My parents just fucking take off, do all kinds of stupid shit in that fucking house. But we have parties and be like, okay, I go in the garage and I get a driver and a handful of golf balls and tees, and I come out of the garage and I'm like, to the backyard. Fucking everybody else wanted to hit golf balls, but come on. It takes a skill to hit a golf ball in the first place. If you hit it crooked, you're going to hit my fucking window or the neighbor's window that's close by. Poor decision. I need a straight, long fucking shot. So I would just take the shots. I ain't wasting no fucking time. Bam. And then also, if someone's to blame, it's just me. It makes it pretty easy to just get one person in trouble. But man, that was fucking some good old times. We used to we always had guns. That was it. You know, when I was a kid, I wanted to be military all the time. Rambo, Red Dawn, Platoon, all those movies. I loved all those things. It was great. But we just run around at nighttime wearing full camo and having BB guns that look like assault rifles running around the front yard. You know, we'd actually have real knives on us, you know, because we're acting like we're going through the neighborhood. We'd play ditch 'em and all kinds of games, and you know, fake war, like we're shooting each other. But you know, you can imagine fucking 8 little militia fucking kids running around with guns. They what the neighborhood thought, fuck. You know, we weren't doing that. It was basketball, 2-ball knockout, wiffle ball, hockey. Man, I played hockey out there forever. My parents' house, directly in front of it was a street light. It was like fate, you know. If they didn't have the street light, most of our games and sports would have ended. But we could play basketball. You know, in California, you know, it's nice sun until 8:30 sometimes. So then, you know, even the oddball times when it gets dark when it's 6 or 7, the light is right there. So we can play basketball, or we'd play football right underneath the light, and we'd have, you know, touchdowns at, you know, one car to the next car. We'd play football all day long. Hockey right underneath that. Man, so much hockey and skating, and man, I had a good childhood. I was very lucky. That's when skateboarding got big and vans came out. Man, vans were cool. I always tell a story about in my neighborhood. I remember the day they trenched. They came through and they made a trench right down the street. It was about a 6 to 8 inch wide trench, and they brought in a cable line and they trenched everybody's house. And at the time, the houses, still not all the houses had, they had driveways, but they didn't have side concrete poured. A lot of houses didn't have it at the time. So they just easily just trenched up to the house. And then we had cable. It was 32 channels. It was a handheld clicker. You know, you had to click it on the box. But fucking MTV came on. It was Showtime, HBO. The HBO had the little house, and the camera came over the fake fucking town and went by the fake lights. It was all model shit. But MTV, man, fucking East Coast rap. And I was heavily influenced that time by all the Yo MTV raps, all the stuff that came up. I was like, what the fuck? This is edgy. But yeah, man, Vans came out, Nike Jordans, you know, some of the best basketball, some of the best football moments. Bo Jackson, Marcus Allen, you know, Jerry Rice, some of these great things. Things are great now, but man, that was some great memories. Like almost like those things just built this world we're in now. But that's fucking great. Cable is amazing. When I was a kid, I remember one year I had like a budget, not like a verbal budget, but an understanding. My parents were only going to buy me this much stuff for school. Like, so beginning of the year, yeah, I needed pants and shirts, and I realized, okay, I only got this much stuff. I don't know when they're going to take me. But so I go to the mall and I would research, and then I'm so influenced by rap. I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to dress just like the guys from Belle Biv DeVoe or Jodeci, you know. I'm going to get some boots, I'm going to find some khaki pants, and, you know, get some overalls, and yeah, this will be sweet. I get a fucking Pendleton and something, but yeah, then I realized I'd look like a fucking idiot, and I can't afford most of that stuff in the first place. But I would shop, just not really shop, but bargain shop. Okay, these pants here are $20. Okay. I can get one of those, and then oh my god, I can make it two $10 pair of pants, and then okay, instead of one pair of pants. And I remember like when in the 7th grade, I was playing football, and they said you have to get a physical, which costs $20, and then the team is gonna wear Nike Sharks, white ones. And I'm like, first of all, my dad only buys me ponies. I'm only getting the cheapest fucking cleats possible if I get a pair of cleats, period. More than likely, my dad's going to buy me one pair of shoes for school, and I don't want to wear cleats to school, so I probably won't have cleats. And then a physical, $20. I was so immature as a kid. I'm like, what do I need a physical for? I haven't got fucking ball hair yet. But, yeah, I'm like, my parents ain't going to pay $20 fucking physical. Shit, I can't even get a $20 pair of pants. They're going to pay some fucking old dude $20 to fill up their son. Ain't going to happen. Fucking, so, yeah, ixnay on all that fucking action. But that's when I kind of decided that I wasn't going to play school sports because, couldn't quite afford it, but fuck it. Life is what life is. So, yeah, good, man. I had a good fucking childhood. There's a lot of good movies at that time, too, that seemed like it was like partial moments of her life. And like I said, like Stand By Me, you know, partial moments of her life were built in that movie, you know. We go camping and play war, Platoon, even though totally opposite. We were fucking children, you know. But and then sports, man. There wasn't a lot of sports movies, but just sports in general. Watching sports, and we played so much football, so much baseball, so much basketball. You know, we played hockey, man. I probably played 1 million games of football in my life. I've probably thrown, it seems like 1 million passes. I felt like I hit 1 million home runs playing baseball as a kid. Just so much fucking sports. It's great. My kids rarely played. My kids play school sports, but they're like me as a kid. It was just constant. It was just nonstop ADHD. Wake up at 100 miles per hour, trying to fucking, you know, I'm gonna run to the mountains, and then I'm gonna snowboard, and then I'm gonna run back down. I never did that, but I did snowboard. But I was like fucking do 1 million fucking things at once. Whoa, that's not good. Can I edit that out? Fuck, it's real shit. Yeah, I was talking about this whole thing kind of came about. If you understand how any of my brain works, the whole conversation started with the catching the bird, but talking about a golf ball because the fucking lady recently got smacked in the fucking eye by a golf ball. You know how they line up, they're like, the golfer lines up and all the dumb people are like, I'm going to line up like a tunnel, only 10 foot away from another person. What's the chances they're going to hit me? It's like, they're like daring, oh, don't worry. I trust you so much. I'm just going to put my face. And she wasn't actually that close to this person. She was really far away. So to get hit in the eye, she had no clue where the ball. They're like, look where the ball's at. She's like, I'm trying to find it, right in the fucking eye. And it's sad because it knocked her out. And she, beautiful lady, no more eyeball or blind in the eye. But man, sad. It's crazy, but stupid. She's like, I'm thinking about suing. I don't know if you can sue. Granted, they do try. Their goal is to make it in the hole, and sometimes they're pretty close to making it in the hole. But they can't do it every time. The other time, it flies off to the side and hits people in the face. Mitch Hedberg has a joke that says, I play golf. I never got a hole-in-one, but I have hit a guy. He said, I would have yelled 4, but I was too busy saying, no way it's going to hit him. Mitch just fucking was amazing. But, I recently I've been having my kids listen to a lot of comedy. Today I heard old Eddie Murphy, a whole stand-up. Goonie goo goo. But I try to get my kids to listen to stand-up to, not my 10-year-old, but my teenage boys. Let them hear different alternative opinions and alternative views and a kind of a twist and turn. It's like, stand-up comedy is like a intellectual, artistic verbiage, the way they say things and the meanings and the way they come at it, is very intelligent and sometimes just fucking crafty. But I grew up watching stuff like Eddie Murphy and stuff. When I took typing when I was a freshman, but once again, I was too just fucking wild. No way I was going to type A-A-A-B space. See, no possible way I was ever going to be able to do that. So I failed that class. But what I did do was I typed a lot of stories. It wasn't that I couldn't type. I just couldn't slowly and calmly complete the tasks that they were giving me. It wasn't possible. So I started typing out a story. So I turn in stories every day instead of A space, B space, C space, semicolon, A space. I wouldn't do that shit. I would type in stories. One time I told a story about going in the woods and I found this Bigfoot character and it was very playful. And then I took it home and then I noticed that it kind of looked human, so I started to shave it, and then underneath it I saw skin of a person, and I shaved it completely. And when it was completely shaven, I seen it was a person, and it was Miss Aragon. That was my typing teacher, Miss Aragon. She actually wrote it pretty nicely, but Miss Aragon. And then she looked at me and she said, "Goonie goo goo," and ran off into the woods. And it kind of came about because of fucking Eddie Murphy. But I remember I probably heard that when I was like 5th or 6th grade and freshman in high school telling stupid ass stories. Fucking, I failed that class, but I took it again my senior year. I can type like a motherfucker. Like right now, I could have a typing contest. I'd type super fast, Oh, pause for station identification. But yeah, type. So, did a bunch of stuff in high school that not like Kavanaugh shit, but just stupid, boy stuff, beating each other up and, vandalism or whatever, No, I'm joking. But yeah, we did fucking stupid shit all the time. My parents didn't let me have my license. They're like, fuck you. We're not going to let you. First of all, we're going out of town for 2 weeks at a time. Last thing we're going to do is give you a driver's license. Yeah, fucking no. So, my friends all though, I had a bunch of rich friends. They all had driver license and nice cars, and they would do stupid shit in their car. And I'm glad I didn't have a car because I would have got caught for all the stupid shit they did. I know it. You know, poor kid always gets caught. But man, fucking. Sometimes you benefit from being broke. It wasn't poor, but broke. You know, I didn't have the benefits of. I would say like I've been an electrician my whole life, and being an electrician taught me a lot of things that prevented me from becoming an alcoholic or a drug addict. One, you have to get up fucking 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning and start your job. So you're not going to be up all night doing drugs because you have to go to fucking work in the morning and do work and not die. So that's one. Two, sometimes it's seasonal, so you tend to be broke. It's hard to have a drug addiction when you don't have money. And then also, you don't have money to buy shit. So you can't sell your shit to get some shit. So being broke was always good as like, you know, growing up as a kid. Well, in my young adult, and plus like I would want like a guitar and music and CDs. I spent so much money on CDs. But that I wouldn't, that didn't have an opportunity to. I'm not trading my CDs for cocaine. Fuck no. You know, but never, you know, that's not something shit I did, but, you know, sometimes it's the sacrifice and the struggles benefit you also. You can't be all depressed or down on things you didn't have, because sometimes it's those things that made you what you are. Even if sometimes it's the lack of those things, you know. But I had a beautiful fucking childhood. Fucking great. Fucking amazing. I was fucking lucky. You know. Never once did I would ever say, man, I wish my parents would have bought me a car. I was like, fuck, good thing I have a car. I would have been dead. For sure. You know, if I thought I could just fucking jump. If I had a car, I'm pretty sure I'd be like, constantly like, know what I do with this car? First of all, I'm going to pop some wheelies, and then I'm going to build a ramp. And then I'm going to jump that fucking ramp, and then I'm going to pop a wheelie when I get done with that fucking ramp. Or a motorcycle. My parents bought me a fucking motorcycle. I wanted a street bike when I was a kid, or like when I hit like 16. I was like, fuck, I can't get a car bike, probably afford a street bike. That'd be great. I need it. So I was looking and getting that cheap. I can get a fucking, my parents like, fuck you. You're not getting a fucking street. Fucking smart. Man. Good thing I didn't have none of that shit. I'd fucking be dead. I do that a lot. You ever do that with someone on FaceTime? It doesn't really work on an audio podcast, but on a video it kind of works pretty good. Where like I'd FaceTime somebody and then you just stop like me, and then you don't move. You know, you stand still. You don't fucking move. And they're like, did I freeze up again? Did it freeze up? Oh my God. And then you just move. Just joking. You know, childish humor. But that's who I am. But anyways, that's what I have to say for this podcast. And I think that we're going to end it on that moment. And we're going to continue another day for another podcast. Oh, yeah. So, see ya, mother. It's been fun. Please subscribe to me. This episode was brought to you by Common Sense. Go out and get some. Like, share, please subscribe. Tell a friend. Leave a comment. That'd be cool. Leave a comment. Be like, you suck. The video makes it worse. Aw, snap.